Chapter 25, verse 1. Then again Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. 5:1. This genealogy and Abraham's death recorded here, because no more is to be said about Abraham. Abraham, however, lived until Jacob was 15. Shem died 1846 BC. Verse 2. And she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. 2. Oh, up here, a wife, another instead of again. Then the two, Medan and Midian, were half-brothers with Ishmael, and they were mixed up together in their dealings. See note on 37, 25, and 28, and compare chapter 16, verse 12, and chapter 17, verse 20. Verse 3. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashiram and Letushim and Lumim. No footnotes, verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher, and Hanok, and Abidah, and Eldah. All these were children of Keturah. These, the tares sown after Isaac, the good seed. Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. Verse 6. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. Verse 7. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived 160 years. 175 years. Therefore, a sojourner 100 years. Compare 12:4. Verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. Full of, Hebrew satisfied with, supplied days, not years, with Sam, Ankh, John, Sept, and Seir gathered to his people. An idiomatic euphemism, Appendix 6, for death and burial. Abraham's people were idolaters, Joshua 24:2. See note on 2 Samuel 12:23. Verse 9. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre. Machpelah, compare 23:9. Verse 10. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife purchased. That was in 23:16. Verse 11. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Laharoi. This is verse 11. Footnotes, God Elohim, Appendix 4. Well, Hebrew, Be'er. See note on 21:19. Laharoi, compare 16:14 and 24:62. Verse 12. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. No footnotes till verse 18, okay. 13. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their sons according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Abdeel, and Mibsam. Verse 14. And Mishma, and Duma, and Massa. 15. Hadar, and Tema, Jeter, Nephish, and Kedemah. 16. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. 17. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he gave up the ghost, and died, and was gathered unto his people. 18. And they dwelt from Havilah to Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest towards Assyria, and he died in the presence of all his brethren. Died equals had inheritance, Hebrew nafal, to fall, especially as a lot, giving an inheritance. Judges 18:1, 1 Chronicles 1:20, and all these other verses. Hebrew caused the lot to fall. And now I'm right here. Hence to dwell with, as in Proverbs 1:14, compare Judges 7:12, to encamp, lying along the ground. Ishmael was to dwell in the presence, Hebrew on the face of his brethren, i.e. mixed up with them. 16:12. See 37:25, 28:36, and 39:1, and compare Judges 8:24. Midian, being his half brother, 15:11-12. Nephal never rendered die elsewhere. Verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. Begat, the same form of the verb used in chapter 5, used of the godly seed. Verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Paddan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. Verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. The Lord here is Jehovah, see Appendix 4. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. No footnotes. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Heel, Hebrew Jacob, hence the name Jacob, Jacob, heel catcher, hence contender. 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Cunning, knowing or skilled in, a man of the field is the world. Plain, upright or pure, Job 1, 8, 2, 3, etc. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Venison, Hebrew hunting, figure metonymy of the cause, Appendix 6. Hunting for what was caught. Eating was strong in Esau too, verse 34. It was the will of the flesh, which Isaac's faith overcame in chapter 27, for he wished to bless Esau, and he loved his savory meat. See note on 27:3-4. Compare Hebrews 11:20. 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Sod, part of the Old English verb seethe, to boil. Pottage, anything cooked in a pot. 30. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Red, Hebrew red, figure epizeuxis, no superlative in Hebrew. Figure that delicious red food, lentils, see verse 34. Edom, Hebrew red, ruddy, reference also to verse 25. Verse 31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. This day, Hebrew as on this very day, figures simile, Appendix 6. Compare Luke 23:43. Birthright included 1. The father's blessing and supremacy, which went to Jacob, chapter 27, and Judah, 49:8, 1 Chronicles 5:1 and 2. 2. A double portion, which went to Joseph, chapter 48, and 1 Chronicles 5:1 and 2. And 3. The domestic priesthood, which after going to the firstborn of each family was vested in Levi for the whole nation. Numbers 3, 6, 12. Chapter 3, verses 6 and 12. Compare Numbers 16, verses 1 through 3. 32. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Me, figure ellipsis, Appendix 6. Brachiology. The words to be supplied are, I will sell it. A famine accounts for the sale. See 26:1. 33. And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto, I got to bring it down here. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. 33. Footnotes, day, figure brachiology, Appendix 6, supply that thou wilt sell it. Birthright, the Severus Codex reads, where, i.e. Esau treated his birthright as merchandise. See Appendix 34. And 34. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. 34 footnotes. And figure polysedeton, 4 ands marking the deliberateness of Esau's acts and their solemn significance. He despised grace, see Appendix 10. Despised, hence in Hebrews 12:16 he is called a profane person.